losing everything that you've ever earned. And so I would like to welcome you to this, the first ever of our People's Assembly Against State Capture. This is indeed a truly historic occasion, for we, the people, stand united in diversity that defines our great nation to say, the rich inheritance of our democratic country is not for sale, and neither will we allow it to be outsourced to people I see as the latter-day mafia-style crooks and thieves, no matter how friendly they are with the president of our country. Compatriots, we stand here only a few kilometers from Freedom Park, a memorial to some of many who sacrificed their lives to set us free. Only a few meters away from Pretoria Central, where Solomon Mahlangu, like many of his comrades, was hanged for daring to fight for our self-determination against the tyranny of apartheid. Less than a 10-minute drive from here, on the grounds of Union Building, that great leader of our country, Nelson Mandela, proclaimed us a free nation a little over 22 years ago. And 20 years ago, yet another of those of our great leaders on the adoption of our constitution, Thabo Mbeki, delivered his seminal "I'm an African" address. In it, he proclaimed South Africa united in diversity. He assured his people of their inalienable right to determine the affairs of this great nation. And on this basis, all of us here, black and white, men and women, have a right to claim to being Africans. We are all Africans. Let no one say to you that because you're white you don't belong. You do. You are South African. We are proud of you. And together we share our deep love for our country. And that is why we're here. We are here to demand our right to be governed only and only by those leaders that we elected. Mr. President, hear us and hear us very clearly. When you outsource any element of that sacred public duty to govern and you pass it on to an unelected clique for financial gain, then you must know that you have sold us out as a nation. We are here to say that you must know that you have done nothing less than mortgage our hard-won right to self-determination. We are here to say that we are no longer prepared to tolerate a handful of people manipulating the organs of state to steal our right of freedom of expression, or so that they can share the spoils with their cronies and their families. Unlike you, Mr. President, we are not comfortable with the capture of our state. And this is why we must echo the words of our beloved Chief Albert Lutuli and ask that, Mr. President, you please let our people go and enjoy their freedom. Compatriots, you need fear no longer. Together we are strong and formidable enough to defeat those forces of state capture and corruption. As you sit in this People's Assembly Against State Capture, I urge you to look around you. You are not alone in your outrage or in feeling enough is enough. Alongside you are the unemployed, are professionals, activists, public servants, students and academics. There are labor and business leaders, struggle stalwarts, and a wide array of faith organizations, political party representatives, and many others. And the list continues. Thousands of ordinary South Africans are joining this protest across the country today as part of this great campaign. Each of you have come together with one purpose and one purpose alone: to rescue the state from the sovereign piracy that we witness daily, You have come here to save South Africa, and we salute and commend you all for doing so. But equally, I ask you, steel yourselves, harden yourselves for this campaign. This journey is likely to be long and tough. We have started this journey, and we know there is no going back. On Monday, we all heard Shaun Abrams, the new comedian on our land. We heard him say what any thinking South African has known all along, which is that the case against Honorable Minister Pravin Gordhan, and I'm happy to say Honorable Minister, not because it's his title, but because his end is honor. He said that the case against him, Opa Magashule and Ivan Pillay, was a sham. Through the course of that rambling press conference, our highest ranked prosecutor made clear that the NPA, with help of other state organs, did its level best to sabotage the career of 3 loyal public servants who have devoted their lives to serving the people of this country. It may be that the crusade to discredit our finance minister was a prelude to remove him. But we must ask the question, why? Perhaps so that they could open the door of our treasury and get their hands on South Africa's money. Fellow South Africans, when they achieve that ultimate goal of state capture, you must know it is game over for our country. I'm inviting you to have a sense of urgency. But we also saw something else at that shameful NPA press conference. We saw them, the forces that would drive our country to bankruptcy, backing down. They back down because they thrive on apathy. And this time, we did not give them that luxury. This time, we didn't give them the space and cover or darkness that they normally rely on to do their dirty work. This time, we, all of us here, you and you there and you, all of us, all of you, and millions more besides you, stood up. We all stood up. The time has come that we all come together and make our voices heard. This time, civil society, business, political parties, and private citizens stood up and said, no more and no more and no more. And your collective voice was simply too big for anyone to ignore. That, friends, is the immense power that we all possess. Amandla! All power! We must reclaim, as we say, that all power is ours. But they will be back to try this again. Make no mistake. They are greedy, they are powerful, they are motivated, and they are incredibly well resourced. So whilst we don't dare rest on our laurels for a second, we should recognize that we've achieved something real and great. We must realize that we are a powerful force, and we should realize that the decision to drop those bogus charges was not the end of our struggle, but only the beginning of it. And as the fight against pillage and theft of our country's resources gains momentum, the people will become stronger and stronger. That you can count on. And as we look back at the wreckage that Shaun Abrams and his cohorts have left behind, what is very clear to all of us is that the wrong people were being harassed by the NPA. The people who should be on trial are the kingpins of state capture, the champions of corruption, the hoodlums who conspire in Saxonwell, Dubai, Russia and other places to plot how to capture the treasury, capture the state, and how they can make more and more money out of looting our national purse. Those are the ones who should be on the dock. Their project and what they are doing is subverting the democratic state. They are undermining our constitution and undermining our sovereignty as a nation. They are the real crooks, and they are the ones who should indeed be on the dock. We all know those people. There's more than enough information in the public domain already. Week after week, we saw new details of their handiwork, their grubby little fingers everywhere. It is clear from the little we know that there is more than enough information in the public protector's reports on state capture to indicate who the architects of state capture are, who the handlers are, and who is being handled. We read how the dirty but very lucrative work of state capture has allegedly been facilitated by certain people at places such as Trillion Capital, Eskom, Transnet and Dinel, among others. We see how friends are allowed to run riot at the South African Airways, friends and girlfriends perhaps, and SABC with no threat of sanction.
That was a member of Save South Africa, Sipho Pityana,